Amron, a rapper who is one of the main organizers of a protest that took place in May, was arrested and taken to a psychiatric facility in the middle of the night. He has been there for weeks and has only recently been allowed to go home. 2 bodies recently have been found by the 4th lake in Togo, and this could be connected to the current protests that are taking place in Togo. Welcome. Thank you for listening to another edition of the Intelligence Report. My name is Dr. Joseph Opare. So let's look at things that have progressed in Togo. There was a conference that was supposed to take place, which was sponsored by the company of the journalist Alain Foucault, who formerly worked for Radio France International. And this conference was all about promoting a new type of, what would you call it, Pan-Africanism, which there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with Pan-Africanism, just as there's nothing wrong with people saying I'm for America because I live in America and I'm American. And so if people like me say that I'm Pan-African, well, I live in Africa and I was born in Africa. And so if I say I'm Pan-African, there shouldn't be a problem. But a bunch of young people got up and began to protest against this conference. And the reason why they protested is because this man, Alain Foucault, is supposedly the brains behind the new unpopular political structure of Togo. And so it doesn't really sound like, if you analyze things carefully, it doesn't sound like he's really Pan-African. It sounds like a ploy of France trying to push someone forward to give the similitude of something of which to say that it's Pan-African, but really it is rebranding dictatorship in another form and to sell to the public in Togo. As a result of the unrest at these events, which was supposed to be from the 26th of June to the 28th, a lot of young people organized, got up on the streets and began to protest. And so we find soldiers and police going around in Togo in vehicles, going into communities and beating people like they gave birth to them, beating people with no conscience. How can you just get up and beat someone and the person has done absolutely nothing, just sitting by the roadside, and then you would use violence against such a person? Why? Because they don't like your brand of dictatorship, because they don't like your brand of government. So that gives you the right to bash them with your fists and slap them with your hands or beat them with sticks. See, the world has gone mad. And we can tell the world has gone mad because, as I said, during these protests, 2 bodies have been found, which means that this has escalated to the point where murder is now something to be considered. All these young people are fighting for is freedom of economic opportunity, which the current dictatorship does not offer them. If it was a benevolent dictatorship, which it is not, unfortunately, then maybe they would have calmed down. Why? Because at least they could find jobs and opportunities in their own country. But that's not what they're finding. They're finding their country being pillaged by a neo-colonial structure that is siphoning money from the country and leaving the inhabitants deprived of basic dignity and rights. These people have lost freedom of speech. They can't speak out in a public place without being beaten. And I'm not talking about defamation of character. Because if a government that you appoint or you vote to put in power, those of you that are in Europe and in America, you should be thankful. And some of the other places in the world where you have this freedom to express yourself, and the police do not come knocking at your door, and the secret police don't come and drag you and put you in jail, or as in the case of Amron, put you in a psychiatric facility. Whilst all these events are taking place in Togo, the new president, Jean-Lucien Savy, is silent and nowhere to be seen. The newly appointed but old dictator, who is now called the President of the Council of Ministers, is missing. He was seen a few weeks ago in England. I think someone said he was seen in France, and he even encountered troubles when he was in England because a brother got up and found where he was and was very vocal about his style of dictatorship right here on the continent of West Africa.
Okay, guys, I'm at Chatham House. This is one of the most imperialist institutions in the UK. I'm right here. Listen, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. He's forcing me out. He's saying the people destroying Africa. It's not your house. You're an imperialist. You're destroying Africa. You're savage imperialist. Do you know who this guy is? Do you know who Fort is? Do you know who Fort Nyansingbe is? You're an imperialist. You're an imperialist. You're an imperialist. This is an imperialist institution. This is an imperialist institution. I know you guys very well. I know you very well. We've got you. You see, this guy, I'm not pushing you. I don't want you to touch me. Don't touch me. I don't want you to touch me. Okay? This guy is killing my people. And you've hosted him here. He's killing my people. And you're hosting him here. I swear. You try it.
Why am I tackling this? Am I tackling this because as a minister and as a watchman, I'm supposed to only preach on biblical subjects? Well, this is a biblical subject. This is do unto others as you would have do unto you. How do you go and beat people and then show up in church on a Sunday? How do you deprive and pillage and steal from people and then say you're calling on the Most High for Him to give you blessings and health? This is au contraire. This is so bad. And somebody needs to shake off the shackles of oppression. And if it has to happen by prayer, and some of these people in Togo are paying with the price of blood for freedom, then unfortunately that's how it has to be. But whilst all this is taking place, I ask you to pray. Why? Because lurking in the shadows behind all this oppression is France. And this oppression needs to stop. What I'm saying might be dangerous, but it needs to be said. Because the time is now for Africa to be free. If you like what I said, say amen. You might not hear that in church, but say amen anyhow. Bless you. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And keep Togo in your prayers.